I wake up to the sound of my name being called by a very distressed voice. I open my eyes only to be blinded by very bright lights. It takes me a moment to adjust to this new setting, but once I gain my vision, I see a young woman running towards me. She asks if I am okay and helps me off the ground. I climb to my feet and look across the room to see a mirror. I find an older version of myself staring back at me. I am dressed in scrubs with a stethoscope hanging around my neck. My memory is fuzzy, but I know this is not the position I was in 30 minutes ago. I am examining the young lady who helped me to my feet. She is dressed in scrubs and has a name tag with the letters CNA across the bottom. Still startled and lost, I ask her what she is doing here. She tells me the patient in room 204 has ripped out his catheter and she needs my help. In my mind, I'm wondering why she would need help from me since I'm only a high school student. But then I remember noticing that nothing is the same anymore. Suddenly I realize that this is my CNA and I am her nurse. I reach for my name tag to see my title and sure enough it says RN. I cannot believe it. I am a nurse and all my dreams are coming true. And I do not remember a minute of it. My CNA guides me to the patient's room. As I approach the bed, I'm nervous, but when my hands go to work, it is almost as if I have done it a million times. I finally fixed up the patient and exited the room. As I walk down the hall, I see many new faces. They all refer to me as Miss Watkins, and some of them stop to ask me questions. Answers spew out of my mouth as if I have memorized an entire medical textbook. I'm still trying to process this whole new life I have jumped into, but it is all too much. I walk into an empty room and lay on the bed. As soon as I drift off, I am awakened by a loud noise. The shrill scream of an alarm shatters a dream. A woman who seems much older than me walks in. She asks what I am doing here and tells me I should be clocking out. I look down at my phone to see the time and realize it is now 10 p.m. I notice I have multiple text message notifications asking where I am. I look at the nice lady and thank her for informing me. I rush outside and press the panic button on the keys in my pocket. I follow the sound of a car on the other end of the parking lot. I decide to use Google Maps to get directions to my house. I begin to examine the walls of the apartment. To one side was an aged, tuneless, upright piano with yellowed keys. A familiar face approaches me. It's my high school boyfriend. Finally, something is the same. He asks where I've been all day and tells me that he tried to text me. I let him know about my crazy day as we sat down for dinner. Once we finish our food, I lay down on the couch to watch TV, but my eyes feel so heavy. I turn off the television and lay my head on a pillow. As I lie there, my mind fills with thoughts. This is the life I've always dreamed of. My thoughts are not strong enough to overpower my drowsiness. As I drift off to sleep, I dream of the good old days when I was just a high school student on a cruise through the Atlantic Ocean.